Teen killer forced to tell mom about his crimes. Now, I can only imagine.
Is she okay?
You see where she's hit at?
No, it's on the side of her head. They're saying she's pregnant too.
Take a deep breath.
Oh my God. Yo, these YNs, bro. These YNs of all colors. Y'all need to chill the F out.
This woman was just informed that her daughter, Tiara Harris, was shot in a gang-related incident and is in critical condition.
They just were shooting, and the blood just started dripping from her head. Like, she in the ambulance. Like, I can't even talk right now, bro.
Her boyfriend rushed her to the hospital.
I mean, clearly you can't talk, because I mean, when a bullet hits someone's head, I think blood will start dripping out. I'm sorry.
But sadly, it was already too late. And the worst part, Tiara had nothing to do with the shootout. She was an innocent bystander. A simple mix-up left an innocent, pregnant mother of 2 dead, her children now motherless, and her family absolutely heartbroken. The police now face a grueling investigation. However, with everyone involved supposedly being gang members, catching the killers would prove to be much harder than anything they'd done before. We've been in touch with Yolanda, the mother featured in this video, and are proud to share that half of the video's profits will be donated to the Akron-based charity First Glance Student Center.
Hey, y'all heard that. Y'all heard that right there. If you wanna, you know, you should donate to your own towns too. But I mean, like, shit, hear that right now.
With Yolanda, the mother featured in this video, and are proud to share that half of the video's profits will be donated to the Akron-based charity First Glance Student Center. At 7:29 p.m. on April 14th, Akron Police Department would receive multiple calls reporting dozens of gunshots being fired out of 1492 Rockaway Street. Witnesses would describe what seemed like a gang-related shooting with multiple cars speeding away from the scene, one being a silver 4-door Chevy. Police managed to quickly track down the Chevy, following it as the driver sped across back roads in Akron. However, the Chevy wasn't actually running from the cops. It instead would pull over somewhere that concerned the cops even more. The hospital.
Let's go one in the hospital.
Hey, hold up. 5807. 5807.
Go ahead and shut the car off.
Still base on car.
Shut the car off. Shut the car off here. Go ahead and put your hands on top of your head, all right? Nope. Hands on top of your head. Step out. Step up.
Come on, so we have someone checking Main Street.
Wait, what?
All right, man. Here, step back here to the back of the car. Go ahead and put your hands behind your back.
With the incident being reported as a gang-related shootout, police would assume the man driving the Chevy to be a gang member, meaning he would be very unlikely to talk to them. So instead, they decide to stop him in the back of a patrol car for later interrogation. As this was going on, dozens of additional 911 calls would ring in, witnesses would arrive at the Akron Police Department to give their testimonies, and more cars would arrive at the hospital. Most importantly, though, 4 miles away, a young woman would be placed in an ambulance under critical condition with a bullet wound to her head. Turns out all of this would be connected to a large group of reckless shooters. It's at this point that we need to step in. This is one of the most complex and mysterious cases we've ever covered, so we need to break down some details first in order for you to fully understand the case itself and how well the police handled every single step of solving it. At 7:22 p.m., a car arrived at 1492 Rockaway Street carrying a number of people who started hanging out with some friends on the side of the road. This group included Javier Small, Lanier Worthy, and Jonte Smith. Everything seemed fine until 7:29 p.m. A black vehicle reversed into the street carrying Tiara Harris and her boyfriend George.
What's up, buddy?
Her boyfriend recognized some of the people on the sidewalk and wanted to back up and say hi to them. At that very moment, on the other end of the street, 3 men emerged from an unrelated vehicle and started firing bullets. Those men were Zaire Saunders, 17-year-old Anthony Whitaker, and Darion
Oh shit. Oh shit. Him. Oh my gosh. Look at that. He's dumb. That's a demon. He's demonic. Him too. He is young, but he is demonically influenced. They are done. This nigga, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Exactly. All affiliated with the gang BBM, a notoriously violent gang active in Akron at the time. There was also the driver of the car, Jeremiah Williams. Their shots scattered the group on the sidewalk, with everyone running for cover. In the panic, Jonte and Javier drew their guns and began to shoot back. Bullets went back and forth, and everyone went into a panic as they...
Hey yo, like the stupidity. Not trying to make good out of any of these situations, what I'm about to say next. What I know that is gangster, I don't want to say is respectable, but what's gangster to me would be like, mafia, how there's organization and there's logistics, maybe even intelligence. I wouldn't say in the reasons of it being evil acts is not respectable, but that is something that I know of as gangster. This is thuggerism, right? This is thugs. They're pussies in my eyes. They're there's no intelligence. They're not organized. They're just children with guns. That's it. They're just children with guns, and you can see it in how they operate, and it's horrible. There are women. You see, there's 3 women. They don't have no fucking guns, but y'all shooting in the area of 3 women, and they're scattering around. They're scattering, trying to find a domain for protection. And these thugs, these hoodlums, these thug hoodlums, they just open spraying randomly. There's just no intelligence whatsoever.
Were Zaire Saunders, 17-year-old Anthony Whitaker, and Darion Rackley, all affiliated with the gang BBM, a notoriously violent gang active in Akron at the time. There was also the driver of the car, Jeremiah Williams. Their shots scattered the group on the sidewalk, with everyone running for cover. In the panic, Jonte and Javier drew their guns and began to shoot back. Bullets went back and forth, and everyone went into a panic as they realized their lives were at risk and a bullet could strike them at any moment. Seconds later, the dust settled and the BBM members Zaire, Antonil, and Darion fled the scene. However, a grueling silence would ring throughout the street as Tiara's boyfriend, George, realized Tiara was the sole victim of
the sole victim. There's zero intelligence at all. There's zero intelligence. There's nobody aiming. They just cocked the gun and they're just shooting randomly. They didn't even aim at her. Zero intelligence whatsoever.
Shooting. With BBM splitting up and running in different directions, George flooring it to the hospital, and everyone on the sidewalk either heading inside or preparing to head to the hospital too, cops would begin the grueling
Good old Akron. I live not 10 minutes from that place, and it's only getting worse. And it's not even just Akron, bro. It's just the times, these YNs, bro, and it's YNs of all colors. It's YNs of all colors. All right, I don't know what the fuck is going on. What's in the water? I just know I love to promote Jesus Christ, and these mother effers need Jesus in their life immediately, and I pray for it because they're gone. They're so close to the devil.
Task of figuring out what just happened and who ultimately was the one that fired the killing shot.
See, and I went to Ohio recently, and I loved Ohio, but guess what? I wasn't in the city. I went to the country. I went to Camp Zool. Maybe you know about Camp Zool, buddy. I went to Camp Zool. You look that up. Tell me where it's at. I think it's somewhere in Ohio. Where do we go? Beautiful, beautiful place, beautiful people. Damn, and it's like that everywhere. There's of course, it's beautiful people, beautiful places, but shit, there's some shit that's surrounding that bitch always.
To let you understand exactly what happened, we can join the police as they try to figure out what just went down and how to solve the developing mystery. Remember that all the cops have received at this point is a phone call alerting them to the shooting and a description of the silver Chevy they've just pulled a gang member from.
There's another victim that says we don't know where that victim's going to go. There's a possibility that victim may be deceased.
Yeah, they got shot. Okay. Someone's got to go check, probably.
Two of the officers ran over to the front of the hospital and discovered Javier Small and his girlfriend in complete distress.
He can't go into the next room.
She got to go get checked out.
Oh yeah, not.
As it turns out, another girl was also hit in the shooting, that being this man's girlfriend. Luckily, she was only shot in the leg, but he was still extremely distraught and horrified about the whole incident.
I'm on house arrest. I gotta go to the house with my girl, bro. I'm gonna come back. I'll get back out to you after. Come on, man. I don't know, bro.
I kind of feel bad for him. I hope he's not a fucking hoodlum. I hope he's not a hoodlum like the other ones, so I can properly feel bad for him. Nigga said he was on house arrest. Okay. If you just jumped in the car and dropped your girl to the hospital and you wasn't involved, I ain't got shit to say. And hopefully the cops will say the same thing, like, you know what, nigga, you good. You did the commendable thing. You did the manly thing. You said fuck it and you drove your girl to the hospital. I'll give that a pass. Go back on house arrest. Do your time. If this nigga's a hoodlum, I don't feel too bad because it's your fucking fault. It's your fault.
Despite how distraught this guy is, he was a passenger in the Chevy, which they just found multiple firearms inside of, so police promptly arrested him.
Hey, Palpy, we'll take him over here.
Across town, however, there's someone in a much worse position. Tiara Harris, the passenger in the black car.
They're saying she's pregnant too. How pregnant is she? How far along? 2 weeks pregnant. Okay. 2 weeks. 2? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, nigga, we need your input to say if it's not that bad or not. The fuck is your problem? I don't care if it's 2 weeks. They were expecting. You dickhead. What's your problem?
2 weeks. 2? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay, that's not that bad. We don't care anymore. What the fuck?
Am I allowed to ride in the car with her though to the hospital?
Not right now. I'm sorry, man.
Bro, Yanni just got shot. I mean, she just got shot. Bro, just in the car, just driving down the street in Kenworth, driving from over there, and they just was shooting. None of the glass broke, but she wasn't like moving or talking. So I just brought her, and the blood just started dripping from her head. Like, bro, we see in the hospital. I seen her. The ambulance, like I can't even talk right now, bro.
Tiara was immediately rushed to the local hospital, and her boyfriend George was brought in for questioning. He wasn't a lead suspect, but police did find it odd that he just happened to arrive at the site of a violent shooting right as it all went down. He would claim to be innocent and actually provide a detailed description of everything that went down that night.
You turned off here, so
no, boom, no, I didn't. I came this way, and I said, "What y'all got? Like, what y'all got going on over here?" Like, I'm like basically saying, "Y'all good?"
Right.
As soon as I said that, somebody from down here got to just shooting a gun that just kept shooting. That's all I know. But I didn't hear nobody or that.
So you're right there, and then you heard that. How many shots did you hear?
Man, I can't even recall. It was a lot. And then as soon as I
So you were facing this way?
No,
You literally back all the way down.
Say I'm coming down to you, and this Rockaway. Like, this would be Rockaway.
Okay.
Now I bagged up.
Oh, so you back? So the back of your car was facing that way?
Yeah, and I'm like, is y'all? I'm like, what y'all got going on? Like, I look out just like that.
Like out the window?
Like, as soon as I even it should have been me. Like, you feel me? Because I'm the one that looked straight out the window. Like, are y'all all right? Y'all good? Type stuff.
The cops asked him why he was even there in the first place, to which he just said he knew a couple of people on the street and that he had absolutely no involvement in the shooting. He's claiming that when he...
Hi, Juice WRLD. I like your name. I gotta get more into listening to Juice WRLD, actually, but he's kind of depressing for me, but I like your name. And how are you?
Peeked out the window, his friends mistook him for the shooter and began to fire bullet after bullet directly at his vehicle. According to him, it wasn't an accident, but a misunderstanding, making the whole situation even more tragic. With George's statement, they were a little clearer on the whole situation, but they'd made no progress into actually solving the case or tracking.
Ooh, I want to see. So what he means by, if you guys have ever seen a beautiful show called The Boondocks, there's an episode that's talking about nigga problems and nigga issues. When they're saying that, oh, this wasn't really a confrontation, this was just a misunderstanding. This is some true, this is some true nigga shit. And this shit drives me so wild because this stupid ass a misunderstanding. What, did he take your cookies? What, did he put the wrong gas in your car? What, did he not ask did he take a gram of weed from you? He didn't ask. What's the fuck is a misunderstanding? To shoot off like 80 fucking rounds.
Understanding, making the whole situation even more tragic. With George's statement, they were a little clearer on the whole situation, but they'd made no progress into actually solving the case or tracking down the real perpetrators. That was until they returned to the scene and spoke to a number of witnesses who had watched the entire event take place.
It was two African Americans. Where they run young kids. They come
Young niggas, I help you out.
Next door and out the driveway.
They hopped the fence or?
He had face mask on and had 9mm, and the other one had automatic rifle. And they were almost to the corner of the house running this way, and they both jumped the fence. Like when Marine Hoodie jumped the fence, he dropped the semi-automatic rifle at the driveway.
I was just out back cutting some stuff, and all I heard was just a barrage of bullets, fully auto. It wasn't 3-round burst, 4-round. It was fully auto.
Coming off fast.
Oh yeah, loud and fast. And then I saw two guys. When I was out back, I could see through the backyards, through the fence. I saw a silhouette of two guys running up towards that street, returning single shots as they were running away.
Okay.
There's casings up here.
Oh, you found something?
Yeah.
I got more.
Okay.
How many did you hear? You think? It was like 30. Where all these cones are at, probably that amount? 30 or 40.
This happened over there all the time.
Where's over there?
Right there, the house right there.
I heard a lot of gunfire, but when I went out, when I first heard it, I thought it was a backfire because I saw this car sitting over here where all the cones are. He had his lights on. So I thought he was working on a car and it backfired real bad.
Yeah.
Then I saw them loading people into cars to take them to the hospital, and I knew it wasn't, because this has happened so many times before. I don't know what we're supposed to do.
Everybody gonna be dodging bullets like the Matrix move, like Neo in the Matrix, because everybody was sitting here with Jesus. Be with Jesus and dodge bullets like Neo in the Matrix.
Dude, we can't go outside. Nothing.
Even with all this new information, though, the cops are only slightly closer.
I got you, buddy. I got
to figuring out what happened. They were now at least able to confirm that one group of shooters rolled up and started the exchange before another responded, causing a huge exchange of bullets throughout the neighborhood.
I'm sorry, but I see this shit now. Just walking in Akron, all you see is a bus up, Matrix move. You see him. Go be with Jesus, yo. Busting Matrix moves out, man.
But they still had two major questions. Who were the shooters, and how was Tiara involved? Well, the cops had just spotted another witness that might be able to answer their questions. A woman who was actually on the street the moment the bullets started flying.
So you don't live here?
I'm not even from here.
Oh shit.
So who owns the house?
Anitra Johnson.
She is? Okay.
She was out to eat when I called her.
Okay. Everyone's okay though, right? The kids?
The kids, yes.
Yeah,
the kids are okay. I got to back watching TV.
Okay.
There was another girl outside. I think she got shot in the thigh or the leg. I think they took her place to the hospital.
Okay.
She definitely got hit.
Okay. So what did you see?
I'm sitting outside. To be honest, we all family. So we're all outside prayer wrestling, like act like we hitting each other and stuff. Next thing I don't just hear these gunshots. I'm like, all right, we're got a BB gun. Come through shooting.
Yeah.
And it was like, pow, 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 that came through the can. So I'm running up. I didn't even know where the gunshots came from. I'm running up, trying to grab the kids. They came through twice.
Okay. Did the house get hit at all?
And then, is that a hole right here? I don't know. I was really just trying to grab the kids.
And you said, so what? They got out of a car?
They didn't get out of the car.
Or they just started. They were hanging out
they
shooting.
They were hanging out shooting.
Did you see how many by chance? Three of them. Okay.
Now it's starting to sound a lot more like a drive-by shooting, notoriously one of the hardest types of crimes to solve, especially if the vehicle was stolen. The cops are starting to lose confidence that they'll ever find Tiara's killer, but then they decide to ask one simple question.
Ma'am, do those cameras work?
I believe so. She on her way home.
Oh, she is? Okay, perfect.
There were CCTV cameras on the property, and as soon as the homeowner got back, they'd have access to the footage. So in just a few hours, the cops were able to put together just enough footage to understand exactly what happened.
That license.
Remember, we already know all of this, but for the police, this was huge. Now they had a detailed timeline of the entire incident, including at what time it went down, how many people were involved, and which vehicles the suspects used. This would be very useful in the coming interrogations in terms of verifying their suspects' claims and pressuring them to confess.
Put them all in
Police
jail.
finally had a solid piece of evidence, and right as their case had started to build some substance, their biggest lead yet would step out right in front of them.
I had video of them carrying the girl that got shot.
I can put it on the SD card. Then
And that's not the same one that was
she'll send her a link and then she just upload it from there.
Right after they took off.
Not only had they seen the entire thing go down, but as soon as they heard gunshots, they started recording. They managed to get this clear footage of a man getting into the same vehicle spotted at the shooting just minutes earlier.
License plate.
Now all they needed to do was track down the car using the visible license plate, and they'd have their first lead suspect. With that said, these kids were no strangers to running from the police, and the officers would begin the hunt to find these evil teens.
Evil teens. Catch them, motherfuckers.
While all of this was going on, police had another, perhaps more nerve-wracking situation to handle. Tiara had passed away, and her family had no idea.
Oh no.
There's currently not like too many people in the hospital. Let's step over here, see where all these cruisers are.
My car, okay?
Where's your car at?
I'm right here because I didn't know.
Or this one?
Right here.
Sorry, which one? Okay. What's this daughter's name? You're here for your daughter?
Tiara Harris.
Tiara Harris. Let's say have you stand right here next to the sign. We'll have some go over to talk to you, okay? Take a deep breath.
Is she okay?
I don't know the names of who they are currently, miss.
Just Listen to the cop's tone here. He knows just how bad things are looking for Tiara.
He knows.
And he absolutely doesn't want to break that news to her mother yet, especially when he sees just how emotional she's starting to get. Tiara's autopsy showed a single bullet struck her in the head and remains there. While tragic, this information would allow police to identify the exact bullet type and then gun used to shoot Tiara. If they could find the owner of this gun, they would be able to match it to the bullet, and justice could be served for Tiara and her family.
They're on murder charge.
Come here!
They got a bunch of people showing up.
My son and my nephew.
Okay, well, listen, they can't go in. It's going to be you.
Go in the car. Go in the car. They're telling us to wait outside. No, I'm going in. Go in my car.
The entire family is in distress, with her mom shaking and doing everything she can to stay strong in front of her kids. It's truly a nightmare situation, and it only got worse from there. At around 8:30 p.m., they were informed that Tiara didn't make it. A bullet to the back of the head had ended her life, sending her family into complete grief and agony. Now, police knew that...
I don't understand, like, as a member of the black community, I truly do not understand what is it going to take for these niggas to stop killing. Niggas of all colors. Gosh damn, can y'all just please read the Bible? Do not murder. Thou shalt not murder. Fucking shit, bro. Why y'all... Ooh, this shit...
They absolutely had to catch the people that did this to Tiara and risk letting down her and her entire family. At this point, police had 6 different suspects on the run, all tied to the shooting, and they would eventually manage to track down and get interrogations with all of them. Their start came in the form of a
It's so sad, bro. Like, we're so fucking cooked, bro. This whole earth is fucking cooked. It's cooked. It's fucking cooked. Until Jesus comes back, it's fucking cooked. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm going to let you know, like, just go through this one episode, bro. This one stream. Just go through this one stream. You're going to see cooked. Bruh, there is an abnormal amount of child predators. Fucking normal. They catch them every fucking day, like by the 30s, by the multitudes of numbers, every day, and it don't stop. The murders of every single fucking culture, it don't fucking stop. I literally watched today from Gordon Flowers, a woman, a wife and husband who brought their 2-month-old baby and 2-year-old baby into a sting operation where they wanted to freaking not adopt. They wanted to take in an 11-year-old girl and shower her and bathe with her and all this horrible, grotesque shit. A wife and husband with 2 young daughter children wanted to freaking sexually molest another 11-year-old girl together as a family. Okay? Fucking cooked.
Facebook post by someone named Jeremiah Williams, described as a member of the BBM gang. Apparently, the post consisted of him bragging about being at the shooting and escaping without getting caught. By using his Facebook profile, they'd find his address and pick him up for interrogation. With Jeremiah also being a supposed gang member, he too would prove to be extremely difficult to break.
But you gotta love that these criminals are fucking retarded. You gotta love that the fact that they're fucking retarded.
On the run, all tied to the shooting, and they would eventually manage to track down and get interrogations with all of them. Their start came in the form of a Facebook post by someone named Jeremiah Williams.
Oh, I shouldn't say retarded too much, but he's not, you know, mentally, whatever. He's retarded.
described as a member of the BBM gang. Apparently, the post consisted of him bragging about being at the shooting and escaping without getting caught. By using his Facebook profile, they'd find his address and pick him up for interrogation. With Jeremiah also being a supposed gang member, he too would prove to be extremely difficult to break. However, by using expert methods, police would actually get him to break completely, to the point where he actually started to cry.
You want some fish?
Yeah, that's true. Go on, Jeremiah. Sorry for the wait, man. I'm Detective Smith. This is Detective Davis. Nice to meet you. All right, man. So the reason why we have you sitting here talking to us is I need you to think back to April, this incident that happened on Rockaway. Remember this? This young lady got shot. Remember hearing about that? Okay, so during our investigation, your name's been coming up. Do you know about where you were that day, if you can?
I was definitely at home.
Apparently, Jeremiah also has an alibi, and even gives multiple names over that'll attest he wasn't on Rockaway that night.
You're at home. Where was that at Amherst?
Amherst. This was right before my mom moved to Louisiana. My best friend, Rob, talked to her sister, the girl that died, her sister, Diane or however you say her name. My best friend, Rob, was like in the kind of like
dating?
Yeah, with her sister. I mean, it was crazy. We got on Facebook and it was all over Facebook. Her sister had got killed and stuff. And my mom was like, ain't that the girl that came over here the other day? We like, no, that was her little sister.
Has her little sister reached out to you guys or anything?
We haven't talked to her I don't talk to her at all for real, but.
So you were at your house on Amherst?
Yeah.
Was there anyone with you that day?
My mom.
What's your mom's name?
My mom's name is April.
However, the detectives know this to be untrue.
Oh, yeah.
They know he was at the scene from the Facebook post he made.
You snitched on
They know
yourself.
he did it, so they want to get a confession, or even better, some information that might help put more people in hand.
What's wrong with you, you fucking idiot? You gotta love how fucking stupid they are. Why are you crying if you didn't do anything, nigga? If you was at home with your mama, why would you be crying? I don't know that girl. That's like you said it.
Cuffs. The thing is, they're initially going to find that a lot harder than they hope.
I have to ask, do you recognize this car?
Dude, this was the car that was in that video. That's no fake.
So you remember it? Have you ever been in this car?
No.
Do you know who drives this car or owns this car?
I don't know him by like name, but I know who he is. His name like Pa or something.
Pa?
That's what they call him.
Can you bring him to
you describe him?
That's funny because I don't even really know what he looks like. Every time I've seen him with a ski mask on.
Okay.
Like I've never seen him outside of a ski mask.
Okay. All right. Tell me a little bit about yourself, your past. Like, have you ever been in trouble or anything?
Yeah. I'm actually right now. I got probation.
So like just a weapons possession charge is all you got?
It's like a carried and concealed firearm in a motor vehicle.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Jeremiah is making a conscious attempt to give as little information over as possible while still trying to seem cooperative. He's smart. He doesn't want to completely close himself off, as that'll make him...
Hang on. I don't appreciate you. What's his channel name? Dr. Insanity? Okay, cool. I don't appreciate you telling them that he's smart when I've been consistently calling him retarded, because he's retarded. He's not smart.
To give as little information over as possible while still trying to seem cooperative. He's smart. He doesn't want to completely...
He's not smart, and he's crying because he got caught. You're absolutely right.
Completely close himself off, as that'll make him seem guilty, but he also doesn't want to give up any vital information. The cops ask him who was there, where he was sitting in the car, even questions about the guns, but he refuses to speak, and he's starting to seriously frustrate the cops. But all this talk of courts and investigations doesn't seem to be getting them anywhere at all, so instead, they switch gears. They're going to be as direct direct as possible and give it to him straight. That's their last hope at getting him to crack.
What do your friends call you? You have a nickname or anything?
Jay.
We're just getting to know you, man.
Right.
Obviously, we can see that you're not a bad person, just the vibes I'm getting.
For sure.
Not me.
You're in here talking to us for a reason. And then coming back down to this incident, you being honest with us is what we'll be able to work with you. We know that you were there. And we also got your DNA in this car.
If I'd been in that car, I would tell you guys I've been in that car. I don't have no reason to lie or no reason to put myself in any trouble.
Your role in it is the driver, because we know you're the driver. Really what we're looking for is why. You're already being charged with the incident. You explaining your actions and what really went down.
I think. Wait, so I just watched a video from Reese recently. He made a comment. At this stage, cops really don't know shit, and it slightly does feel like he's throwing a Hail Mary right now. But the nigga did snitch on himself. That's what they have. They have the Facebook post that he snitched on himself. He said he was there and he got away. So he was a getaway driver.
So it's just going to help with your role in this. We know you didn't pull the trigger, but you not being honest with what went down is not going to help you. It's going to, the prosecutor and the judge and jury are going to look at someone who's not remorseful.
Drove over there and they started shooting.
So they told you to drive over to Rockaway?
Yeah.
Who was sitting where in the car?
In the front, and Zebo sitting behind me, and then Paul sitting out the door.
It worked. Yeah. The cops actually got a name. It was a nickname, but cops could eventually tie this back to a man named Zaire Saunders, who would be interrogated later. This was huge. They'd actually gotten a gangster to tell on one of his partners, but they weren't done yet. They knew he still had more information, and they weren't going to stop putting on the pressure now.
We got to go back to who was in the car with you. I know you know Zebo. Pa, you say you just know him by Pa. Do you know his real name?
Okay. You better tell him.
And the third person, you're saying, how often have you seen him? Would you be able to identify that last person by a picture?
Jeremiah physically looks defeated. He's avoiding eye contact and is hunched over.
Yeah.
He likely never saw himself giving up the names of his partners, but that's exactly where he found himself.
Oh, yeah.
The cops, however, are over the moon, even managing to get descriptions of the people he doesn't know the names of. They ask a few more questions before leaving him alone for a minute to prepare their next move. However, on their return, they didn't expect to see Jeremiah, a once tough and unbreakable gang member, to cry because of what he'd done.
Really? You're absolutely, he's crying because he got caught. Huh. I would hope that he would be crying because he feels it in his heart that he's going away and he did a bad thing. I hope he wouldn't be crying because he got caught. That's some pussy ass shit, to be honest. But they got Holmes. He's defeated and he's a snitch now. And that's why he's hunched over. He don't want to make eye contact and shit because he feels like a sleazeball. He feels like scum. He's a snitch now. And hey, I don't give a fuck. I'm all about snitching. He's the idiot who doesn't want to snitch. And he snitched. And now he's probably a dead man. And it's because, hey, be honest. If some gangster comes up to you and say, hey, nigga, don't snitch, say, nah, nigga, I'm snitching all day. All day, every day. My first #1 contact in my phone is 911. I know that shit by heart. Fuck out of here.
Would you say his first name was what? Is this him? He wants some tissue, man.
You snitching? Yeah.
Verbal yes or no with this.
Yeah. Yeah, get you that tissue. Shut up. Fuck, I don't know. Fuck that shit. I don't feel no remorse, no criminals. Why you crying now, bitch? Fuck you, bitch. Go ahead and cry. I killed somebody. Fuck you. Go to jail.
If this is the first time you've seen a gang member cry, you're certainly not alone. But it actually happened again in the detective's very next interrogation. While these cops were busy talking to Jeremiah, a breakthrough had been made outside of the interrogation room. Remember this footage recorded by a civilian witness earlier? Well, after 5 days of investigation, they actually managed to track the car down, enabling them to take in another suspect, Antonil Whitaker. Police would quickly realize that Antonil might be
a demon. He might be a demon, is what he... Quickly, police officers noticed that he might be a demon.
By a civilian witness earlier? Well, after 5 days of investigation, they actually managed to track the car down, enabling them to take in another suspect, Antonil Whitaker. Police would quickly realize that Antonil might be even more important than Jeremiah as a suspect. He's a supposed member of the BDM gang, and believed to be one of the suspects that initiated the shootout. The thing is...
I'll tell you, that nigga looked like, Who's that artist who was in jail right now? In court system right now. Not Diddy. Rap artist arrested while gang doing satanic rituals. Young Thug satanic cult caught in 4K doing this. Just so you know.
In one of the most bizarre stories of 2023, Young Thug's lawyer requests that the evidence of goat sacrifices upon the arrest that happened around his RICO case be removed from the evidence presented. Young Thug, goat sacrifices? What the heck is going on?
This nigga look like Young Thug. And
he's just 17 years old.
Young Thug be actually doing some demonic ass shit. Ritual goat sacrifices. And this nigga look just like him. Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
Even more important than Jeremiah as a suspect. He's a
Look at that. That's a little Young Thug right there.
Supposed member of the BDM gang, and believed to be one of the suspects that initiated the shootout. The thing is, he's just 17 years old. Since they're...
Fuck him, 17. Fuck him and give a fuck if he's 17. Trial that dude like a grown-ass man. He's a grown-ass fucking man. That nigga was a grown-ass man from when he's 15. Don't Jewish people, don't they have a bat mitzvah? That means that they're a whole grown-ass man? Fuck him. If he feels that he's man enough to hold a gun, shoot a gun, be a gangster, try his ass like a grown-ass 59-year-old man and send his ass to jail. Send his ass to jail for fucking 80 years, give a fuck.
Still some information even Jeremiah couldn't give them. They figured they might be able to scare him into giving up everything he knows. And their first idea is an unconventional, but possibly extremely effective method. A call home to mom.
With your nose bleeding, little shit? With your nose bleeding, little fucking shit? Yo, you little pussy ass. Yo, I'm tired of these little thugs, bro. You're just a little fucking piece of shit, satanic ass thug, bro. And then you want to claim like you're a child? You want to claim like you're a fucking minor? Fuck you.
This is really, really serious now. You need to put yourself
in prison.
You was and get to telling with your part as much as you can, because you can't take the blame for this, and this was not you. You shouldn't be sitting here. They know it's your car. You can't get out of that.
Hell no. You're not innocent. That's the thing. You lying to your mother. You lying to your mom. Your mom probably working the majority of the time. She know you a criminal. She just trying to fight it. She know you a criminal. She just trying to lie to herself that you not. She's lying to herself saying, oh, you better tell him that you innocent, boy. Is your core.
Doesn't even seem to feel like following his mother's advice. Despite the fact that they know it was his car, he's claiming that someone else was actually driving it that day. And even more unfortunately, he'd forgotten exactly who. Listen to his story and see if you believe it as much as the detectives do.
You said you went?
Oh my fucking goodness. What's wrong with you, you dumb fuck? Get that tissue out your nose, you look
No, wait. Like the whole day, someone took your car somehow, brought your car back, gave you the keys back or whatever, and then
what's going on, bro?
Your sister home. That doesn't make sense, man. You are a jury, you're a judge. You're not. I'll be honest with you. I mean, what you're getting is not even a good state. It's not even a good
what?
Probably even for you to tell the truth.
You see, about an hour after the shooting, Antonil was confirmed to have used his car to pick his sister up from an event, meaning it was clear that he was still in possession of it. But that didn't faze Antonil, and despite how many questions police asked him, he refused to give up anything.
How this works, you might know this from TV, but I mean, it's kind of accurate. We're going to compare your DNA to the DNA on the shell casings that we collected on scene. Is there any reason your DNA is going to be on there? Because if there is, you've got to explain that. You said no, or I don't know. We've got the car with you at all. If you're saying your DNA is not going to be on those shell cases, right? And you're saying you weren't driving, who did you let drive your car? Believe it.
I don't know what you're saying.
But right now it looks like it's on you.
They're trying to force a confession out of him by telling him that if he'd been in physical contact with any of the evidence tied to the murder, they would find out and he would get sentenced. And
the dude switches the handkerchief. He has tissue in his other nostril now. I fucking can't.
They're not lying either. When you touch anything at all, you leave behind skin cells, sweat, small hairs, or even oils that can quickly be traced back to you. Meaning, if Antonil had touched the car, the bullets when loading his gun, or anything else related to the murder, police would find out. However, as of now, detectives haven't had the time to run these tests to confirm if his DNA was present, meaning they couldn't pressure him to a confession, and they'd have to wait until later. So in the meantime, they moved their attention to the next suspect. Remember the man Jeremiah gave up to the cops back in his interrogation? That was Zaire Saunders. Once they had his name, they tracked him down and arrested him, and he would
at first, right? Like when you first see these people, I would feel like he would be the driver because he has the body build of somebody who's not going to get up out of the car and do something. But you can clearly see that he was one of the shooters because you can see there was one fat shooter. Him.
Proved to be even more helpful than Antonil and Jeremiah combined.
Did you know or hear about that young lady who got killed?
Yeah.
Did you know her?
No.
We don't think that she was the one meant to be heard. And I mean, based on what we're seeing.
Oh man, she's pretty. She's probably,
obviously her family.
I don't want to judge. God bless her.
That search warrant, we got your phone.
She good.
Yes.
Okay. And we downloaded your phone. And your location is putting you on Rockaway that day. Nope.
Wait, no. We just saw your fat ass. No. You saw your fat ass. We just saw your fat ass. There's your fat ass. That's your fat ass right fucking there. Fat fuck. You can clearly see it. Fat, skinny. Fat, skinny.
Nope. What happened that day, man?
I shot a pistol.
You shot a pistol?
Yes.
This seems like a breakthrough.
What the fuck?
He's just admitted to being a part of the shooting, and it seems that all the detective work has just paid off. But they're not quite there yet. Of the three shooters, two did indeed use pistols, but one of them was actually yielding the extremely dangerous automatic rifle that can be seen clear as day in this footage here. Instead of jumping this fence after the shooting, the man with the rifle fled directly down Rockaway Street, and that's the direction Zaire's phone shows him running. The good news is, that clears Zaire of being the man that killed Tiara. After all, she was killed with a very specific pistol round. But that does put him directly in the spotlight of being the man with the most dangerous weapon, and one that is directly lying to the cops right now. They're not about to let him get away with that.
Ain't no way. We just saw this shit. No. There ain't no way. I just looked at this shit. That's not him.
The 3 shooters, 2 did indeed use pistols, but one of them was actually yielding the extremely dangerous automatic rifle that can be seen clear as day in the...
That's not a fat one. That's not the fat one. There ain't no way. There ain't no fucking way. That's skinny jeans, nigga. Even though I know fat people be wearing skinny jeans nowadays, they don't clear up your fucking gut. That nigga is fat. There ain't no way.
What happened that day?
I shot a pistol.
There ain't no way.
You shot a pistol? Yes.
This seems like a breakthrough.
Look at that.
He's just admitted to being a part of the shooting. It seems that all the detectives' work has just paid off. But they're not quite there yet. Of the 3 shooters, 2 did indeed use pistols. But one of them was actually yielding the extremely dangerous automatic rifle that can be seen clear as day in this footage here. Instead of jumping this fence after the shooting, the man with the rifle fled directly down Rockaway Street. And that's the direction Zaire's phone shows him running. The good news is, that clears Zaire of being the man that killed Tiara. After all, she was killed with a very specific pistol round. But that does put him directly in the spotlight of being the man with the most dangerous weapon, and one that is directly lying to the cops right now. And they're not about to let him get away with that.
No, that's not it.
You on camera, shoot the rifle.
Is it a pistol that holds, 2 rifle rounds?
Like, I mean, it ain't just.
No fucking way.
Like something kind of modified type thing?
No, I didn't have a stock on it. So describe it. I'm getting all of this.
That single piece of information resulted in Zaire actually getting the highest sentence out of anybody involved in the case.
What?
Just the use of such a dangerous fire.
What? So there's 2 fat people? Because I only see fucking 1. Get the hell out of here.
Actually increased his prison time by somewhere between 10 and 15 years. But he still doesn't know that yet. He's still under the guise that if he helps the detectives out, he might get a better deal. So not only did he tell them where to find the rifle he used, he also gave up one of the most vital pieces of information that cops had received in the entire case.
The group BBM, just know they call it BBM, for real, BBM, yeah.
Zaire just told the cops the name of the gang that was involved. A huge piece of information that will help them track down every last individual that was part of this attack. Now the detectives have just one more final question that'll hopefully put together the final pieces of the puzzle they're looking for.
You've been extremely helpful throughout this whole interview. You helping yourself out. You gotta ask, whose idea was it?
I know for sure it wasn't mine. They just around. So we'll just say, you always my dudes. But you got different dudes. You got different, like, that's how they get. So they ain't say it right then and there. They said it on Facebook, like, but they was like, I knew they was talking about me. They just didn't say directly to me, but I knew they was talking about me.
He just gave up the group chat where all of these shootings supposedly were planned. With this, police simply had to cross-reference the names in the group chat with the supposed shooters on the CCTV and the names that had been mentioned in previous interrogations, giving them enough evidence to sentence all 6 of the shooters. Cross-reference the names in the group chat with the supposed...
They're pointing at that guy. Wait, oh fuck. No, that's not the fat guy. Gosh damn it. That's the fat guy. This is the fat guy.
Supposed shooters on the CCTV, and the names that had been mentioned in previous interrogations, giving them enough evidence to sentence all 6 of the shooters. But unfortunately, this wasn't the resolution they'd hoped for. After examining all the weapons confiscated, it would turn out that none of them were a match to the bullet found in Tiara's head, meaning they still couldn't tie any specific person to the actual murder. However, there is one puzzle piece we haven't told you about yet. The one that would solve this entire case. Watching the CCTV footage, it's clear that there is one man that directly shot at Tiara's vehicle. If you follow this man, dressed in all black, back through the CCTV, you can trace him all the way back to the driver's seat of this black truck. A black truck that, until now, the cops were completely unable to identify. But then, they received one final piece of footage from a witness, allowing them to track it back to the owner, 44-year-old mother, Kia Brown. Police realized they had to interview her, knowing that whoever was driving Kia's black truck that day killed Tiara Harris.
Holy pop, this story.
Hey, how you doing, man?
This story just went to fucking. What the shit? This story just went from 70 to 96 damn near. We've been watching this shit for 34 fucking minutes, and this is the first time they was like, "Oh, I've been getting gaslit for 30 fucking 4 minutes. None of the fuckers that we seen did just straight. Are you serious? Dr. Insanity? No, you are fucking insane, bro. You're an insane storyteller. That is a good story. That is a good story.
Good. I'm Detective Smith. This is Detective Davis with Akron Police.
Hi.
Hey, we wanted to talk to you or whoever drives this truck, reference that incident that happened up the street. They were being shot at. Finally, trying to catch up with them. Looked like a couple males. And have you heard about this?
I heard about what happened on the corner. This is my truck, but my son was driving.
It wasn't Kia, but her son driving the car that night. And after running his name, they'd find out he had ties to a rival gang of BBM. So the detectives had Kia call her son and hand over the phone to the officers.
I have some detectives here right now. The day that we were moving in, the incident that happened around the corner, they would like to speak with you. Do you have a moment? Can you go on break?
How you doing, man?
How you doing?
Good. I'm Detective Smith. I'm with Detective Davis with me. Hey, what's your name before we get started, bud? Lanier. All right, Lanier. How you doing, man? So listen, man, I won't keep too much of your time. We were wondering if we could talk with you and your mom maybe in person at some point, and we wanted to talk to you about that incident that happened up the street. We know you're over there, so we were hoping you could help us, actually. You're not in any trouble. We're actually hoping you could help us. Would there be a good day for you to... Yeah, Sunday the 8th. Can we do it anytime after 2:30? Okay. All right, man. We appreciate it. We'll see you at 3:30. All right, buddy. Bye.
And just like that, they had an interview scheduled. And this was the final suspect at the scene that they hadn't yet spoken to. The man suspected to be the driver of the black truck and the man they think shot Tiara.
Dad, I know. What's up, man? Appreciate you talking with us. So, I mean, obviously, you know what we're using at that incident that happened up the street. So, we just wanted to know your perspective. What happened that day? What did you see? That type of stuff, bro.
I've been noticing that after watching videos like this is not the first time I've been gaslit. This is now the second time I've been gaslit. I've seen a video like this when I was at work, and I gotta rewatch that video with y'all because that shit was crazy. I gotta find it. I would do it with y'all. But the whole time, they just show us all of the faces of everyone who didn't do it.
You can run us through that day?
And then at the end, they didn't even show the name of the person, or the face of the person who actually did it. Let me just be at the end of this one.
What happened that day? What'd you see? That type of stuff, bro.
So, hey, how's it going? What's up, man? I appreciate you talking with us. So, I mean, obviously, you know why we're here, about the incident that happened up the street. So, we just wanted to know your perspective. What happened that day? What did you see? Anything that stuck out?
You can run us through that day?
I was standing in the drive, on my phone. Then heard shots, I done ducked. Then the shots started, heard it went too far.
When the shots started happening, you ran and got in the driver's seat, and then Teen got in your passenger seat. Okay.
That was it. Lanier had just told them he was driving the black truck that day, confirming he was the man in all black that drove the truck and hopped in the Chevy. He was the man that fired the bullets. So they decided to ask him up front.
I'm about to ask you something, man.
Switch cars to kill.
Sorry, but I gotta ask. Did you shoot that day? Okay.
Even though he said no, police already had all the...
That's the first time we're seeing the dude's face. Now, I gotta definitely see if it was this specific guy's video that I seen, because if it is, same type of storytelling. We didn't see this motherfucker face until 37 fucking minutes into this 39-minute video. All right, and he is the killer.
Evidence they needed. The car tied to him, his ties to the rival gang, and finally the video of him shooting at Tiara's car. So they arrested him on the spot and brought him in for interrogation.
What's up, man? Here? Am I able to have a lawyer with me right now? What's that? Can I have a lawyer with me? You do whatever you want, man. I'm not here to... Okay. Are you saying you want your lawyer? You don't want to talk? Yeah. Okay. All right.
But in the end, this wouldn't matter, as when they arrested and processed him, they managed to confiscate his gun. And after analyzing the forensics of the bullet inside of Tiara and Lanier's gun, it was a match. Lanier had fired the killing shot. After 5 months of investigation, all the puzzle pieces were finally in place. In total, 7 people were charged in this incident. Zaire Saunders was charged with involuntary manslaughter and 4 counts of felonious assault. And
involuntary manslaughter? Well, what would that mean if, like, he didn't shoot anyone? Well, he was in the act. He was in the act, the entire act alone. Yeah. So the entire act alone delivered someone's death, and he was involved. So that's why it's involuntary manslaughter. You were involved.
Sentenced to 35 to 40 years. Antonil Whitaker and Jeremiah Williams got 20 to 24 years on similar charges, while the 4th assailant in this group, Darion Rackley, got 34 to 40 years. It was confirmed Antonil's DNA were charged in this instance.
I know I said lock them all up for 80 years and be done with it. And I mean, yo, hey, as long as they locking up the white criminals just as long, bro, then I don't give a fuck, bro.
Incident. Zaire Saunders was charged with involuntary manslaughter and 4 counts of felonious assault and was sentenced to 35 to 40 years.
35 to 40 years. I mean, like, y'all opened fire now and y'all shot multiple people. Multiple people got shot. Shot a lady in the leg.
Antonil Whitaker and Jeremiah Williams got 20 to 24 years on similar charges, while the 4th assailant in this group, Darion Rackley, got 34 to 40 years.
So, damn. What? How many? Then, like, yeah, there's more than... No, she died. The lady got shot in the leg. Oh, man, I forgot.
It was confirmed Antonil's DNA was, in fact, found on various bullet casings on Rockaway Street, despite his claims in the interrogation room. The next 2 to be sentenced were the ones who shot back at Zaire's group after being rolled up on. They were Javier Small and Jonte Smith, who were sentenced to 4 years and 2.5 years, respectively. Lastly,
4 years.
Was Lanier Worthy, Tiara's actual killer. However, as of this video's upload, he's still awaiting sentencing. Tiara and George were not involved in any of the gangs in the shootout and were found completely innocent.
Clearly.
At long last, Tiara and her family could finally be at peace.
5 months later, but damn. Gosh, damn. Guys, definitely go check out Dr. Insanity. I have to make sure, I'm going to keep that tab open so I can make sure that I find the video that I seen a couple of days ago, because I'm telling you, that Ish was good.